Hi everyone, how you doing? I am Mark, and this is episode 26 of Minecraft Stoneblock. I am down in our reactor room, where we now have 2 reactors. I went ahead and made a second reactor today, and we've doubled our power output from these. They're both producing almost 24K RF. I did have to do a little weird tweaking with our plumbing here. Apparently, you can only have one output steam port from a reactor. And I don't know if that is intentional or a bug, but I did have 2 set up. I had mirrored this setup here over here, and it just wasn't working. So I said, well, let me try it without the connection. And getting rid of this output steam port over here fix the problem. So I think it was either a intentional effect or a bug. Anyhow, we have 2 reactors. You can tell that our coolant temperature or our reactor core temperature has actually gone down a fair amount. We were running at 2800 C, I think. 2848 I think was our temperature before, and we're down to 2100 C at this point. And we're outputting 4,000 millibuckets per tick of steam. We dropped the amount of fuel we were using, and we increased our fuel reactivity, which is good, because that increases our efficiency. So again, we still have 4,000 millibuckets per tick steam production available, which means we could build 2 more of these turbines. I just don't know that I want to do that. Maybe. I mean, they're a decent source of power. What we're waiting on right now is cyanite, because cyanite is used to make a bunch of the turbine parts, including the turbine rotor blades. Each blade takes a cyanite, so we need about 80 cyanite just to get going. And I think there are a couple other parts that use cyanite too. So I think we need about 100 cyanite before we can even think about building a new reactor. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. Last episode, we killed the Ender Dragon. And so this episode, I've gone ahead and set up a fusion crafting recipe, which is going to give us our first 4 blocks of awakened Draconium. It's going to use 1 of our dragon hearts, a couple draconic cores, and actually 6 draconic cores, and 4 blocks of regular Draconium, all of which we have. And it also takes a bunch of power. I don't remember how much, but this is going to take a minute to charge up, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, and wow, that is going to take a lot of power. Yeah, it's sucking down 20k RF per tick on each side. Is that true? Yep. So that's 40k RF per tick, and we're at 5%. This is going to take a while. So let's see if we're still, we're still net positive. This is actually, this transfer is showing us our cumulative input, how much we're gaining. So it's not actually how much power we're generating. If we look over here on our flux point, we're actually putting in 80k FE, which is the same as RF per tick, and we're taking out, at this point, we're probably taking out like 53, 40 something. So the amount shown here is the difference. So that's how much the sphere is actually gaining. So this is going to take, it's going to take a lot longer. While that's charging up, what I want to do today is I want to make some awakened Draconium seeds. And that's going to take some of our awakened Draconium. And I want to do this because awakened Draconium seeds obviously produce awakened Draconium essence, which we can use to make awakened Draconium nuggets, which we can use to make ingots and blocks. And there's a bunch of things we want to do with Awakened Draconium, including upgrading our fusion crafting injectors to Draconic. Each of those takes a block of Awakened Draconium. So that's sort of my goal for one of my goals for today is to go ahead and get our Draconium crops up and running, and also maybe do this Draconic fusion crafting. Maybe. We probably also should take a look at our quest book, which is not in there. It is in here. Let's pull the quest book out. We might have actually completed a quest when we killed the dragon. So let's take a look at this and see if we did. We don't have anything here. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to work on, was the neutron collector. We did complete a couple quests. We got the Ender Dragon, and we did Wyvern Fusion crafting. We haven't done anything on Project D, so I guess Philosopher's Stone is not necessarily a bad thing to look at. What do we need for this? Oh, we needed the Ender Star, which now we can just make, because that was going to take Dragon's Breath. Let's go ahead and make that. I think we can just make this. What were we missing? A block of emerald. Really should have put emerald in a compacting drawer. And diamond for that matter. So let's go ahead and make our Philosopher's Stone. So there's another crafting recipe done and another quest done. And where are we on our fusion? We are at 55%. We are just rocking along. And we're still sucking down 40k per tick. So let's go ahead and just open these. We get some Fluix and Certus. We get some Punji sticks. And we're going to get something really good here, I can tell. Yes, a flask of adrenaline. Yeah. As usual, we've gotten some great stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and let this run. I don't think there's any need to hang around and watch this work. We've seen it before, so I'm going to wait until this is done, grab the Draconium, and then we'll start working on our seeds. So back in a sec. Alright, we are making our Awakened Draconium blocks. We are almost done. Pow. There we go. Oh, that's not a quest? I thought that would be a quest. I guess not. No, it wants a Chaos Guardian. What else do we have to do here? Well, Draconic Fusion, Draconic Armor, Awakened Core, Better Battery, Advanced Dislocator, and a Mob Spawner. Nothing we need to worry about now. What I want to do is get our seeds planted, because the sooner we plant those, the sooner we're going to start getting essence, and the sooner we will get more Awakened Draconium without having to go kill the dragon over and over. Which we might do anyhow, just to get some more dragon hearts. So one of these I'm going to turn into ingots, and we're going to make the Awakened Draconium seeds. And I believe we have everything else. I made a bunch of tier 6 crafting seeds, and I think we have Insanium essence. So we can just make that. And we also need our crux. So I'm going to plant this over in the back of our Inferium farm. A while back, I was upgrading our Inferium to tier 6 seeds, and so these front two plots are both tier 6 seeds. And if we look at Inferium, we have a lot of Inferium. That's 327k Inferium in our AE2 system now, or in our storage drawers actually. So I'm not going to upgrade these. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of that. And I'm just going to go ahead and take out the dirt, because remember, we have to put this crux below the dirt. I'm going to go ahead and put back the fertilized dirt that we've been using. And I'm going to plant this seed. And I'm guessing this is going to grow. Wow, that's going to grow really fast. Because down below here, don't forget that we have a bunch of growth crystals back here, which is why I wanted to put that there actually. So yeah, we can actually grow the essence pretty quickly. And of course we need to... Rubber essence is overflowing. Need to fix that. It has been a while since I've looked at our storage system, so what else is overflowing? Diamonds are overflowing? Ouch. How are diamonds overflowing? Thought I had a void upgrade on that. Okay, so we need a couple void upgrades to fix some chests. I'm going to grab a couple emerald upgrades too. Oh, and I have turned off the item displays here using the key that turns them off, which is the concealment key, because they were actually causing a fair amount of lag. So I just turn these on whenever I need to. Where is our rubber essence? Ay, ay, ay. Thought sure I had all these essences capped out. Well, let's look at diamonds first. Diamonds have a stack limit of 1,100. How big is this? Do we have more slots? We have 2 more slots. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade that one more time, and then I'm going to put a void upgrade. So that is the maximum capacity this drawer can take. So once we fill this, we're kind of done. Where is rubber? Because I need to... Is that rubber? That is actual rubber. Where is our rubber essence, though? Oh, I know what happened. I had a bit of a problem with this drawer in that it was overflowing. So I think what's happened is we don't actually have a drawer for rubber essence anymore, which is why this is backing up. So let me do this. And I had to take it out of here because snowballs we actually want to have backfill because that stops the snowmaker from making snow. So this drawer has a void upgrade on it, and this has obsidian and black quartz, and has a stack limit of 256, so I can just stick rubber in there too. It's not a big deal. And that should solve that problem. I hope. Alright, that is looking fine again. You are looking fine, and the awakened Draconium doesn't have any place to go, so I'm going to grab this. I'm going to take it over here. And do we have a drawer with a really high stack limit that's not full? We don't. Alright, I'm just going to start a new drawer here. And I'm going to go ahead and upgrade that a couple times because we may as well keep a good backlog of that when it overflows. And then I'll go ahead and void it. And I'm going to grab what we have because I want to go set up the recipe to make the nuggets. And I think we will have somewhere here a crafter that we can use for this. Yeah, we can use this one. Let me do... What I need to do is make sure that nothing goes in or out of here for a minute. So... never active, and I'm just going to turn off the insert for a second. So forget the slots. We're going to do what we did before. We're going to make it remember the slots. And we need some end stone. Oops, we just need 2. So we're going to do that. And remember again, because we want 2 outputs dedicated to that, I need to remember what this recipe is. I think it is it this or is it that? It is that. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple nuggets. Go here. We'll hit the other recipe. Oops. We will go ahead and do that. We apply that recipe. And now we know how to make awakened draconium nuggets. And we're going to need a compacting drawer for those. So now I need to always active and insert. And if I stick these, if I stick the essence back in over here, do we have a spare compacting drawer? We do not. Well, that's unfortunate. Let me see if I have compacting. Can I just, no, not compactor or compacting drawer. I can just make one. As usual, we need to put something in it before we lock it. And I need the right key to lock it, not personal protection. I need this key to lock it. And because it's a frame drawer, oh, it's not a frame drawer. Our chest transporter will actually move it. And I'll just stick it here. And we don't want that there. So now this will start filling with awakened draconium. And you can see it's already got 1 ingot and 3 nuggets. So let me just make sure. I'm just going to pull all this out of the system and go ahead and stick it in here. So yeah, it's got 3 blocks of awakened draconium. I just wanted to stick it all in there so we don't have it going to weird places like the AE2 system. So that should take care of all our awakened draconium, and I want to turn you back off. And before I leave, I'm going to just take a look at all these chests to make sure everything is running smoothly. That is fine. That is fine. That is fine. Do we have anything backing up here? Just some random stone and earth. And I think we're good. Sand is still grinding. So yeah, I think we're good. So I want to make, because we can, make another seed. And I think we can just make one. Oh, we can't make another crux. That's the block. We need to make the crux, which needs a dragon heart. We can make this. I just don't know if I want to. Why not? We may as well spend our heart. So we need. Actually, no. I'm not going to do that. We're getting awakened draconium at a reasonable rate, so I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to go craft the next level of Fusion Crafter. Because, as we did last time, we need to upgrade all these to do the next level of Fusion Crafting. So, if I look up Fusion, we have one Wyvern Crafter. And if we look at how we can use this to make it draconic, we need a block of awakened draconium, 4 diamonds, and 2 wyvern cores. So let me grab that. We need 2 wyvern cores. Awakened. We need 1 block of awakened draconium. And 4 diamonds. So we can, as usual, we stick these in. We put this in the middle, and I wish it told me how much power this was going to take. Let me see. $1.79 million RF. That's not terrible. Yeah, see, this is going much faster than the blocks of draconium. So, I think the other thing I need to do here is probably upgrade these conduits to a higher capacity conduit. And these do infinite RF, so I'm going to go ahead and replace those as soon as this is done. Because I don't know that those are causing a backup, but we may as well have as fast as possible, right? That gives us another quest, so I'm going to stick this here. And I'm not going to do all these now because it's boring to watch, 8 iterations of the same thing. But I am going to get rid of these. And go ahead and put down cryostabilized flux ducts. Did I stick one in there? I did. Let's get rid of that. Okay, now we should have no problem filling our, handling our big crafting jobs. So this is ready to go next time we have a big job to do. Let's go take a look at our reactors. Everything should be stable down here, but... So I think the last thing I want to do today is our first bit of Avarita extreme crafting. And I think we should be able to make the neutron collector. I also turned in the reward for the draconic fusion crafter. So let's see what we get. We get a tier 2 growth crystal, which is useless. So what do we need to do for the neutron collector? So we need a bunch of these crystal matrix ingots. So we need 7 of those and a bunch of blocks of iron and a bunch of blocks of quartz and a bunch of blocks of redstone. So let's go ahead and grab iron and quartz and redstone. All of which we have plenty of. And I also need to grab the crystal matrix ingots. And we need 7 of these. And I don't remember why I set that up, but we needed it for something. And I think if we search for neutron, it does give us the option to just shift click this in. Thank God. And we can make our first neutron collector, which is another quest. So the neutron collector collects neutrons, obviously. And that is a Project E? No. Where is that quest? Oh, here it is. Go ahead and claim that. Our next quest is to make an infinity catalyst. And infinity catalysts are they're pretty complicated. They take a huge amount of resources. A diamond lattice is nothing. Crystal matrix is nothing. Neutrons we can now collect because we have the neutron collector. Ultimate stew is a whole bunch of different foods, none of which we can actually make probably. Although these shouldn't be too hard because I did run around and pick up a bunch of stuff in the mining dimension, so this shouldn't be too bad to make. Cosmic meatballs, that's not awful. Rabbit, that might be difficult. So we need to go do some harvesting. An Endus Pearl, which we can probably make as soon as we get the neutrons. And a record fragment, which is just breaking a record, so I'll have to snatch one out of our mob farm. They're currently being dumped in the trash, I'm sure. And then a bunch of these singularities, and the singularities go into a Draconium compressor, and it's basically dumping a bunch of raw materials into the compressor, and there's the input amount, and you get a singularity. So this is the next thing to set up, and to do this also I'm going to make a whole bunch of neutron collectors in the background, because these are very slow. You can see that this is going to make some neutrons, but it's going to take quite a while to do. So I have some stuff to do between episodes. I'm going to go put our crappy rewards into our AE system and wait for some neutrons to collect, and I'm probably going to go start harvesting the raw materials we need for like the ultimate meatballs, the stew, the meatballs, and get the record fragment and take care of some of the dumb stuff that we need to do to get this underway. Some of this stuff we can just make, like all these blocks we can make. Maybe not dark steel, but we can certainly make steel. We can certainly make Enderium. We can make these and these. So, I have no idea what that is. Fluxed Electrum. Maybe I'll make some more seeds for some of these wacky red sand fluxed electrum blend, which is silver, gold, and destabilized redstone. It's not terrible. There's nothing there that's rocket science. So I think that's probably a good place to call the episode. We made a little bit of progress. We got some crafting out of the way. We got our first awakened Draconium. And next time I should have a new area laid out with a bunch of neutron collectors in it collecting neutrons. And that'll get us moving into Avarita and Project E eventually. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell to keep up with new videos, and leave me a comment letting me know what you think of the current video and what you like to see in future videos. Have a great day. Bye.